Hey guys! Okay, so I decided to film my sixth form video again because, well, my sister said, and she's probably watching this, she was like, it was so dull I couldn't even watch it. So I decided I was going to film it again, and I guess it was really boring because I was trying to be quiet because I wasn't home alone, and the lighting wasn't great because I had some lighting issues. It was at night, so I decided to film it in the daytime when I have natural light, bit more bit better quality, I suppose. So yes, hopefully this one will actually be good. Okay, I decided I'm going to talk about my experience and then give a couple of tips about sixth form for those who have just started or who are starting next year, thinking about going to open days and things like that. Okay, so sixth form is awesome. I love it. It's just so good. I decided to go to a sixth form college because I just wanted something new, because I'd been at my old school for 3 years. I wanted to change. I would miss my friends, but I just wanted to change, see something new, see something different. So yeah, I went to sixth form college, and there is a lot of freedom. We don't have a smart dress code like a lot of sixth forms do. You don't have to be there unless you have a lesson. So you know, it was just perfect, because I'm the kind of person that if I have a free, I don't want to be there sitting around. I'd rather be in bed or like doing something useful. But I know some of my friends that stayed at my old school, they have to stay at school, even if it's at the end of the day or the beginning of the day. They still have to be there even if they don't have a lesson, which absolutely sucks. And I'm really glad that I went to a sixth form college. And at the same time, even though we get all the freedom, it's still a sixth form college, so we're not completely independent when it comes to learning. There's still loads of support from the teachers, and yeah, and it's still got the same elements as a school, like there's still homework and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time there's a lot more freedom. So yeah, I absolutely love my college, so I completely recommend a sixth form college, unless you're the kind of person who finds it really hard to make friends and you've already got a lot of friends at your school. Then of course consider that, but don't just stay somewhere because of your friends, especially if the school doesn't do the same subjects you want to do and things like that. Okay, so there's a lot of things to consider when you're picking your sixth form colleges or sixth form. So do try and look around and see what fits you best, but I wouldn't say look around too much, because you can find yourself confused and not knowing which one you're going to go to. I know I only looked around 3, and then also my old school sixth form, so I only had 4 options, so it wasn't really that hard to pick. And yeah, just think if you can imagine yourself being there, and if you can't, then don't force it, just go somewhere else. Okay, next, I'm talking about my subjects. I took biology, chemistry, maths and French. I enjoyed them completely. I was really lucky because I actually really liked my subjects. A lot of people I know didn't enjoy their subjects in the end and hated it, but I enjoyed all of mine, and I dropped French for AS. I'm in year 13 now, by the way, which is upper 6th or second year. Yeah, I really liked all of them, but I dropped French because I didn't want to have too much on my plate, because AS level French was very similar to GCSE French, so I was really lucky I was able to do well. But A2 goes into like literature and all that kind of stuff, which I do not have any time for, so I just thought I'd take 3 and yeah, put myself in good stead. Hope that's the right terminology, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, subjects is a really key part of your time at sixth form, because obviously you're there to learn. So make sure you take subjects that are right for you. Don't just take things because your friends are going to be in those classes, because you might not even end up being in classes with those friends. And don't just take things because your parents are forcing you. Like, I know some people's parents might have clear visions for their kids, but do sit down and come to a compromise, and make sure you are going to enjoy it, but also take subjects that you're actually good at. So if you've gotten 4 A stars and 3 A's and 2 B's and a C, I wouldn't recommend taking a subject that you got your C in, because even though a C is it's a terrific grade, it's obviously not your strongest because you were able to get all the higher grades in the other subjects. So do think carefully about your subjects. And yeah, it does take a while, and most sixth forms probably allow you to change within the first couple of weeks. Don't be afraid to try something out, because a lot of the time it's not completely set in stone, the choices that you make. The distance from my house to my college, it's not too far. If I was driving, it was about 15 minutes. If I get the train, about half an hour to 45 minutes. So it's really not too bad. It could be closer, but it's really not bad, and I don't have any problems with it. But I really don't recommend traveling like an hour and a half to get to your sixth form, because when you have things like sports or extracurriculars that might run until 5 or 5:30 in the winter, getting home at 5:30 when it's pitch black, starting to get home can be the most draining experience of your life. Because I've known times when it was 6 o'clock and I had to get home in the dark, and I just like, I really didn't want to do it. So unless you have a car, I really wouldn't recommend, if you're going to take public transport, to live so far away from your college. I'm sure there will be a college or sixth form that is close to you, closest to you, that it's just as good as one that might be far away. So yeah, those are some things to consider. Also, making friends, it can be the hardest thing in the world if you make it the hardest thing in the world, because everyone wants to make new friends. I don't really know anyone who's really not open to making new friends, unless they're a complete meanie and just like their own friends and that's it. But just be polite and nice to everyone, and everyone will be nice to you. And that is exactly what happened to me. And I've met the nicest people at sixth form, even people I wouldn't really consider my friends. Like I still say hi to and talk to once in a while. So just be polite and pleasant to everyone, and they should all be polite and pleasant back to you. So in terms of avoiding drama, unless you have people who are set out to find someone to bully or something, you should be fine. So don't be nervous about going somewhere where you don't know anyone, because there are ultimately going to be other people who don't really know anyone either, and even people who do know everyone might just still want to be friends with you. So yeah, that's something to take into consideration. Another way to make good friends is to do lots of activities. Not lots of activities, because you don't want to distract yourself from the actual school. Quick change of scenery there. I tried to go somewhere else. Anyways, so what was I saying? Yeah, so you don't want to do too many activities that will distract you from actual school. But any activities that will bring you in contact with people who you might not have met otherwise will be good. So sports, other activities that I don't know what might be on offer at your school. Art club, if there is one, I don't know. I know at my college there's a debating society, there's loads of different sports. There's the Comenius program. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but it's something like you go to different countries and it's like an exchange program, but it's all for the greater good. Long story, Google it if you want to. So yeah, I got involved in a few things and I've met loads of people and it's so good. So don't lock yourself away in a corner, but do make good use of the activities on offer. Also, make sure you don't fall behind on your homework and studying. I'm sort of a little bit of a hypocrite here, because although I always do my homework, I do have to say that I didn't study as much as I should have done, and I left a lot of it till the last second, and it's more stressful than it should do. So speaking from experience, my advice to you is to start from the beginning, to make your revision notes, so that when it comes to revision, it's easier. And also revise often, so like every 2 weeks just go over your revision notes and just make sure you're keeping it in your mind, because a lot of the times your revision notes might be very clear, but then when it comes to exam time, especially now that there are no January exams and all the exams are going to be in June, you simply might just have to relearn everything, because it might have been so long that you just completely forgotten. So do keep on top of your revision, and also try and do some paid work or voluntary work, or both, because those are all things that look really good on your UCAS application and your CV, even if you don't want to go to university. So yeah, always throughout the whole 2 years, keep building up your personal statement. I know at the beginning of sixth form you might not really know exactly what that is or be worried about it, and it's perfectly fine. You shouldn't completely be worried about that, but just try and keep doing good things that will reflect well on you later on in life. Okay, so I think I've covered pretty much everything, but don't work more than 8 to 10 hours a week, including your volunteering. And actually you might be able to get away with it since we don't have any January exams this year, but I would say keep it at a maximum of 12 hours for now, and then around Mayish maybe cut down a little bit, just to focus a little bit more on revision and to give you a bit more time, a bit more free time to just chill when you're not revising. Oh, and finally, my final tip is just enjoy it. Like, enjoy your whole time there. Like, even if you're not at a party, get people round at your house and watch a film and have a good time. And yeah, just don't sit at home every Saturday night and study, because at the end of the day you might get a job, but if you don't have the social skills and you've not had a good time, then what's the point of life? Like, we're just have a good time. You only live once, so yeah, enjoy it and make sure it is the best 2 years of your life, because it's supposed to be so far. And yeah, just have a great time and good luck with your finding your choices and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and like and share with your friends. Thanks, bye.